Hey everybody, Charlie here. So recently I went ahead and I streamed 3 new games on Twitch, and I had a really fun time with it. Just playing something new, things I'd never played before, and some of them were fairly new, like Chef. And I started playing this on Twitch and said pretty much right away, you know what, this is going to be a YouTube thing. We're going to explore this game a little more in depth than just a single stream. So what is Chef? Well, this is a building game. It's more of a restaurant tycoon, if you will. We're going to be building up our own restaurant and managing it, managing the recipes, and trying to take care of our staff, our customers, our reputation, our image, making some good food, having some good laughs, and hopefully making a good sum of money. Let's go ahead and hit new game really quick here. We're going to design ourselves first and foremost. And I'm going to kind of do a look that's a little bit kind of like what I look like, but not really all that close. This is actually pretty close. This isn't at all what I look like. My hair is not this brown. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with this one. Okay. Expressions. You know what? This one looks optimistic. Cautiously up. Well, okay. A lot less cautiously optimistic than I thought. For the clothing options, we're going to go ahead and just have... Yeah, we'll just do this one here. It's fine. We'll have some darker pants, and let's go with black shoes there. There we go. So this is us. This is our new self, and we can go ahead and take a picture of ourselves if we want to, just like that. Now, there are several different difficulties, but really there are 2, because there's relax, which is just like, let's just do whatever in the game we want, and then there's sandbox, which is literally, here's the GDP of a small nation as a budget, and just do everything you want. Normal, hardcore. Not really sure which one I want to play with for my very first playthrough on this, but I've gone through the tutorial. It's very good. Very good. It's pretty extensive. I think I know what I'm doing enough to be successful, but if we fail, then we fail. The point is to have fun playing a cool game and to show you guys what Chef is all about. So I'm going to hit hardcore. Why not? Let's just see what it's all about. Challenging experience, sometimes painful. Failure is behind the corner. Whatever. Sounds good to me. Let's try it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to have to do here is we're going to want to choose a location for our restaurant. And that is not actually an easy thing to do because certain locations, and I feel like this difficulty also has like a lot more pros and cons on these locations, because a lot of times in the other difficulty you'll find locations they simply don't have anything, they're just the way they are. But a lot of these ones will have decrepit building close to the city center, narrow streets. They'll have a little bit harder to deal with sometimes, and I kind of like how charming that can sometimes be. This one here, for example, is featured in a luxury hotel. There's a luxurious hotel nearby, and some people willing to spend a lot for a comfortable accommodation may do the same for a good meal. There you go. And this one looks kind of cool, actually. We have 2 different things to look at here for these locations. In addition to the perks and the pros and cons of it, we also have the rent price, which is very important because we're not going to be making a lot of money up front. We don't want to be bankrupt. The thing that we're going to look at here is medium kitchen. This is the size of our kitchen and the size of our hall. The bigger the hall, the more customers we can serve. But generally speaking, also the more we're going to pay in rent. Now we can also have we can put things in the suburbs. We can put things in residential districts. We can put things in business districts. We can put things in the old town. We can put things in the countryside over here as well too. And I kind of like the idea of doing a countryside, maybe just a small town with old wiring. That kind of thing can happen. But I think for when I was on Twitch, I went with the countryside approach, and I kind of want to try out for YouTube. I think I want to try something a little more busier, something a little bit more in the middle of the city here. Because as you'll see later, your ability to spread your influence around is pretty important. But I'm not fully committed to the city yet. I'm gonna look around and see what sorts of things have been generated for me here in this little town. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I like the idea of trying this one out. This is kind of interesting. So we're out in the country, and this place is $453 rent, which is not the cheapest, but it's also kind of fair for a first start. We have a small kitchen, so we're gonna have to work with very limited cooking space, but we have a very large hall, which means we're gonna be able to accommodate more customers. We also have to be careful with a large hall though, because there's a propensity for us to want to expand a little bit too fast. So we'll have to kind of maybe control that. But it has a perk here that I kind of like. And since I'm sort of going hard mode on it, I want to give myself just a little bit, maybe just a little bit of help. So I'm looking at a trafficked area. This restaurant is in a trafficked area which is always full of people traveling or visiting, meaning that more people will come to the restaurant, which is perfect since we have a very large hall. So let's see what we can do with this location. And again, it is in the country, so it's not right in the heart of it. We're gonna have to bring people out to the heartland, right? The backbone of America is right out here. We're gonna have to bring people out here. I'm gonna go ahead and skip the tutorial. I think I know pretty much everything I need to get started with it because I've looked at it before, but look at this. It's actually really graphically pleasing. It's very nice. We have little, car back here and stuff, and these little flower pots out front. Here we got this little path all the way around the back, and this beautiful place back here for people to hang out. Oh, if only people would actually hang out back here. I don't actually think people will. I wish they would. But instead, we are going to be trying to address all of our customers' needs in this giant space. It doesn't look like it may be that big, but it is. It's actually a lot more space to work with. This kitchen is kind of a unique little shape here. Kind of an L-shaped pattern. Probably gonna have to work with that too, we'll see. And let's go ahead and start things off. So what I wanna do is first is furnish my kitchen, all right? And we have a variety of different things to choose from here. The first thing I wanna do, I think, is address the cooker situation. We have two options, the Cheap Brothers 707 and Grandma's Choice 1990. Now, Grandma's Choice costs almost 3 times as much as the Cheap Brothers, but there's a couple of important facts to look at when you're looking at your equipment. First is your ongoing maintenance cost. The Cheap Brothers 707 costs a lot less to start with, but its maintenance cost is 30, to where Grandma's is only 25, right? So it's a little bit more efficient, right? But that newer technology is also gonna kind of play a role maybe over time. I don't know whether or not that $5 extra is really gonna translate to that much money though, before we have to replace our units with more expensive ones, with better ones, right? Because we're gonna have better ones unlocking over time. And it might be a good idea to hold off and buy a cheaper one for now. But the other thing that's important though, is that this Cheap Brothers has 6 cooking slots, to where Grandma's has 10. And for a restaurant our size, the number of cooking slots we have available to us is gonna matter. So I think for that reason, it's cheaper to go with Grandma's. That extra 4 cooking slots is gonna make a difference. So let's go ahead and pop in Grandma's kitchen here and Grandma's Choice here. And I think I'm gonna put this in this kitchen. It's kind of really small, but I think I'm gonna put it right, let's put it right here. Put it right there. Okay. Now you can see how we have the items, located like this. And if we right-click, we can rotate them. The green area is where your staff will be standing when they address whatever that item is, both equipment and tables, etc. So that's the orientation. We want to make sure that's facing to the outside. Next, let's take a look at simple counter stuff. And I think I'm just going to leave it kind of simple here and just go with the first color, but we can choose different colors if we'd like to. This has one preparation area, which means only one person is going to be able to use this at a time. So it's important that if I'm going to have multiple cookers, multiple chefs, and I'm probably going to want multiple ones of these areas here. So I'm going to go like this, and I think another one right next to this, like so. There we go. So if we have 2 chefs later, and we will definitely have more than one, they're gonna each have their own prep area, which is nice. The next thing I wanna grab is an oven, and we only have one to choose from. It is the Steady Flame 100. And let's make it a little darker, why not? And we're gonna pop this oven right alongside our cooker, I think, right about there. There we go. There are 10 cooking slots in this, $35 in maintenance. Okay. Now, I think this is all we're really gonna need at the beginning of the game. I don't think we need anything else other than a fridge. And the fridge just reduces the cost of ingredients. That's all this is doing. They don't need the fridge to operate, but if you have a fridge, you lower your cost of ingredients by 2%, and that's not that low because you're gonna be buying ingredients every time there's an order. It adds up over time. So we're gonna go ahead and just let's place the fridge maybe like right up against this back wall like this. I don't think you would ever do that though, would you? The fridge is usually in the back, isn't it? I'm gonna bring it like, you know what, how about we put it right here next to the prep table? That's kind of cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. All right next to the prep table will be our fridge. It doesn't line up with the wall, and I am actually gonna line this one up because I know people will yell at me if I don't. There we go. Okay, good. So a prep table is right here, the fridge is here, and then we have our cooker with 10 cooking spots, even though it looks like 6. And we've got our oven with 10 cooking spots as well. Okay, I think that's all we're gonna do for now, because every item we buy takes maintenance, right? Now some of these things also reduce, they have other effects that you can do. For example, the microwave, right? Has a $30 maintenance cost, but microwave cooking cheat reduces the cooking time and the recipe's quality at the same time, and it doesn't stack. So you can reduce how long it takes to cook something, but also reduce the quality of the meal by using this, right? The other thing you can have is the Grandma's Choice blender, and this just flat out makes a -5% to recipes preparation time, which is actually kind of nice. The prep time does stack. For $280 over the course of this, I think that might be an okay thing. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and do this, and you'll see kind of why it's important. I'm gonna maybe take the blender and put it maybe on this side of the window here. Maybe we'll put it over here. I don't think it really matters where you put this, guys, but I'm gonna put it in the kitchen and we can always move it later. So that's just gonna reduce the cooking cost, the cooking prep time, right? And that's gonna, I'll share with you why that's important in a second. All right, so that's gonna be our kitchen, and we're just gonna go with just our one single cook for now. Customers are gonna come in this door, which means the moment they wanna come to our restaurant, they're gonna be stacked here. Then they're gonna be greeted, put into a table, their order will be taken and all that stuff, right? So we're gonna start with our tables as close to the store as we can, and then as we need to expand, we'll then expand further out as we need to go. When I was playing this on Twitch, I kinda did it the opposite, and I regretted it, because you can move tables around however you want, so they're not like permanently placed. So the first tables we have, we've got 2-seaters and we've got 4-seaters, right? And we gotta kind of decide what sort of restaurant we wanna be. Well, in the beginning, we're gonna wanna cater to the cheapskates. And the cheapskates, well, they are kind of into the old rustic look, and we are kind of out in the country, so I'm all right with sort of this wooden table sort of look, old style look sort of thing. But I also kind of wanna be a little bit classy. We're gonna be focusing on pasta and having some really good pasta and chicken. That's like my favorite thing to eat at some restaurants is like chicken Alfredo, like really good pasta, really good chicken with just, the best. I'll seriously pay for the really good stuff, right? And that's what we want to make. We want to make the really good stuff. So I think I'm going to take these 4-seater tables, and I'm going to start putting a few of them. I think kind of, you know what? Let's start with the 2-seaters. We'll take the 2-seaters around the outside here. So if you want to come and eat, you can come and eat over here, and it'll be right like, let's say here, and here. That's like our 4 tables around the outside, right? Maybe we can do a 5th over here. That's about it. Okay, and then we're gonna take our 4-seater tables, right? And our 4-seater tables, I think I'm gonna put them kind of about like this. Remember, the staff will stand where the green square is, right? To take their order and stuff. So we're gonna put one, let's say here, here. We'll just kind of go like this for a second. And we're gonna want a bunch of these because they're gonna have like a lot of food. We're gonna have a lot of customers here, right? We got that perk that gives us a lot of people. So we'll go with this many for now, and then if we need to expand to more, then we'll have more. Because each of these things cost $150 to place, okay? All right, so there we go with our initial setup for our restaurant, all right? But we can decorate a little bit. Go back to walls and floors. Walls and floors are free. You can swap designs whenever you want, make the look that you want, and I like it. We have the hall floor. I'm actually digging the first one, but I also like this one. I think this is kind of nice. Got this like old, I'm actually reminded of some of the restaurants in Cuba when I was in Havana. It kind of reminds me of those floor patterns and stuff. This one's a little bit less bright, but also kind of like maybe makes the table stand out a bit more. So let's run with this one for now. It's this old time sort of thing, right? You can also do hardwood floors and all that stuff too. Maybe some bamboo if you'd like to as well. But I think I'm gonna go with this sort of older. Yeah, there's your rustic floors there. I think I'm gonna go with this older cement floor look. Okay, and then for the kitchen, I think we're gonna take and maybe make it a little bit more like updated, right? Like we put some time into this maybe, and we can probably look at it like, yeah, this looks good. I like this color combination as well. It's nice. Okay, and then for the walls in the hall, I think maybe we have sort of like this two-tone sort of exterior wall pattern, maybe like around like this. Yeah, I don't want like giant. I don't want like obnoxious Mexican restaurant look though. I kind of like this. It's clean. It's simple. It does the job it needs to do. I kind of like this. And then for the kitchen, I don't really see much reason to change it, but I guess it'd be nice. I guess it could be nice to have a little bit of a different color. Maybe we do like a different. Ooh, hang on. Like red. Okay, we're gonna run with this for now. So this will be the look of our interior. The exterior of the whole building, I think maybe just like this brick color. Maybe we just do simple paint. Now we're getting into. We could. I mean, it don't matter. We can have a rough brick, like it's like the buildings had like a rough go at it kind of thing. But I don't know. Like it could just be whatever. This is fine. All right, so this is our restaurant and how it's going to start. But you'll notice we don't have anything going on right now. There's more to a restaurant than just placing furniture in a building. So the next thing we want to do is we're going to talk about our staff. So currently it's just me, right? Just me. But I need waiters. And I'm going to hire, I think, right off the bat, I think for our first day, I think I'm gonna hire 2, although getting that third one ensures we have excellent service and we get experience built up on other waiters sooner. But at the same time, it also costs us more money over time. I'm not really into that. I'm gonna hire Lily and Santiago. We'll go with 2 waiters for now. For the first day, we'll see how it goes. We might need a third. If we do, and it looks like we need a third, I can bring in Beatriz right after that. So. We got ourselves 2 waiters. We can always look for more as well if you'd like to. It costs us money to do that though, and we are gonna have to do that if we wanna hire anybody else after these initials. Okay, let's take a look at a really big, important thing, and that's skills, okay? Me, I start out with 3 points, and these points are applied to things of my choice. We're gonna focus a lot on pasta in this run, at least in the beginning, because the cheapskates really like carbs, and pasta is carbs. And we'll talk about that in just a second. But I'm gonna put 2 points into pasta. Now I had 3, I already had level 1. Level 2 requires 2 points of commitment. Level 3 requires 3 points of commitment. So they're actually pretty expensive to max these out. With 1 extra point left over, I think I'm gonna head for meat. Grilled meat is good, and I already have a point in grilled meat. Okay. This is the thing that's gonna get me a lot. Okay, this is gonna get me a lot. You have to hit confirm after every single thing you do. So a confirm, then come over to meat, and I need to do something different with this probably, or I can just save the point. I think I won't save the point though. I think what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna go to the. Ooh, I already have 1s in all these. Okay, never mind. I actually don't remember. I thought I had to put points into those. Okay, sauteed vegetables, creamy soup. Let's pop 1 point into creamy soup because I think I'll probably start introducing soup pretty quick too. Okay, there we go. We have Lily the waiter. She has 5 points. The first one is basic speaking skills. This is our first impressions. Welcome to our restaurant. Welcoming people to the store, right? Bringing them in. Restaurant mapping is sort of like this, how familiar they are with the restaurant. It's easier for the waiter to know where to place new hungry customers. They understand where the free tables are, so it takes less time to seat people, right? It's all about time because people don't want to wait around. Fast writing, this is good. They can write down, take orders. They're likely to be more accurate, etc. We have fast delivery. How fast are they to bring food to our hungry patrons? We have the bill. Very delicate moment. Good waiters know how to handle it. And this is how long it takes them to check people out. We have cleaning, which is very important as well, and it also adds to our overall ratings and stuff. We'll look at that in a second. There's actually a lot of systems to this game. We have fitness, very, very big thing, and I'm gonna pop a point into fitness right away because these guys are gonna get tired. In fact, I think I'm gonna go 2 points into fitness because it's so important to keep their energy up and to make it to where they don't slack. Like, it needs to happen. For her next points, I'm gonna go with fast walking, or at least a little faster walking, and then let's do fast writing here for her. Go ahead and save that. Santiago, I'm gonna have you having good speaking skills, pop 2 points into fitness, and let's go with walking speed for now. Okay, so this is my initial level ups, but there's a lot more to it. In fact, you can see once you get up to 20 points, you actually have other ones you can get into as well. And then into 50 points, you could just really go into CrossFit, all right? And you have lots more energy that way. All right, so we've got staff, we've got our furniture placed, we've got our location, it's beautiful. Now, the most important part of the restaurant, and that is the menu. We have appetizers, main courses, salads, soups, side dishes, desserts, and beverages. But these are just the starters, and we don't really have a whole lot to go on to creating our own dishes at the moment, but these are the starters that'll get us moving right now. So we're gonna pop in a quiche, and I think I'm also going to include some healthy options as well. We can pop both of these in just to see what they think of them. Main courses, we're gonna focus on pasta, but these are still the standard stock, the basics, right? So our skills will help us make better here, but overall, like, the quality of ingredients we're using here are not that great, and we're gonna wanna transition to our own custom recipes as fast as possible. We'll talk about that later. For now, I wanna take a look at what these numbers all mean so that you guys aren't confused. This is the overall relative quality of the dish. Now, we say relative quality because over time, as you become more notorious, as you get bigger, as you get more famous, your expectations of people coming to your restaurant are going to go up. And the ratings of your dishes are going to come down because people are familiar with them, they know about them already, they expect them, and they're not like over the top awesome anymore, they're just really good. And you need to constantly keep improving your game and coming up with new, higher quality, more interesting dishes to keep people coming back. So over time, these ratings are going to go down, like almost like within the first week or two, we're most likely going to see chicken breast and salad being a 2 and not a 2.5. And then overall, you can see the numbers that represent them as well. Now, you'll also notice that I can't add grilled steak, okay? I can add, like, say, for example, the fettuccine Alfredo if I want to. I can add that, easy, but I can't add grilled steak, and that's because I do not possess a grill. So the tools that are required to produce these things, I don't have a grill in my kitchen, so I cannot make this dish, so I cannot put it on the menu. If I had a grill, I would do it. But we're not gonna focus on steak at the moment. We're talking about chicken and pasta, okay? So butter pasta, putting that in there, right? We're gonna wanna have Italian tomato pasta. We're gonna pop that in there. And let's also get this, I don't like this other tomato pasta. Anyway, something with meat does have to happen. Let's do steak and potatoes, okay? Good. Probably want also something that's healthy, right? Because we don't have any healthy main courses. That's probably bad. We have tags. You can see this one is meat, this one is vegetables, this one is considered healthy. We also have some other tags. This is carbs. This is seafood. We have dairy products in this tag. This one here is heavy weight, so it has the fat tag. And in order to get this tag, the recipe has to have 800 or more calories in it. So this one is really heavy, which isn't that great for what we're looking for. Finally, the last ones are vegetarian and vegan, and we want to make sure that we're catering to at least one vegetarian or vegan dish. So we have the tomato pasta. I will add it for now. We're going to want to replace as many of these as possible over the course very fast in our playthrough. We're going to want to replace these, but this is an okay starter for our main courses at this time. Anything that is pasta related, we're gonna do a little bit better at it. And this is probably the highest rated dish we have, actually, so I probably should put that up there because that looks like the best thing we can do. Now, we also have price and time as part of this as well. The price is the price of our raw ingredients, and the time is how long it takes to make it. Of course, the longer it takes to make it, the slower our customer throughput is, right? Our turnover, there it is. People are going to be in their seats longer. They're going to occupy the restaurant longer. It's going to take them longer to eat it and get out, right? So we want to make sure that we are not necessarily having a whole bunch of things that take a long time to make. And we also want to be improving our staff and everything else about our restaurant to improve and reduce cooking times while still maintaining quality. We have salads here as well. I'm gonna pop the cod salad in and the turkey salad in, and then the soups. I'm just gonna use the garlic soup, I guess, for now, just to offer something on the menu for it. And actually tomato soup as well, because as you'll see, we're gonna be improving the quality of our tomatoes, and that won't matter for this particular dish. And these are both the same. I'm just gonna stick with the garlic soup now. But I am going to be hammering tomatoes really hard because tomatoes are really flavorful, and they just add a lot to a lot of different dishes that we're going to be focusing on. We've got the jacked potato. I love it. I'm going to pop that into the menu as well. And then we've got our desserts. And for the desserts, I think just apple cream pie and the chocolate chip cookies. Everything else can kind of stay by the wayside here, I think. You also have the fruit tag as well. All right, so beverages, let's do the beer, and pretty much, it doesn't really matter what you do. I also kind of, I don't know, maybe it's just my, where I'm from, but cola and soda, I don't know the difference between those two things. Maybe I'm just a sheltered child, but I don't know the difference between a cola and a soda. So the only thing I can think of is maybe that a cola is colored and a soda is not. I don't know. I've always called things soda anyway. I'd never called anything a cola. Coca-Cola is a type of soda to me. In any case, there we go. We've got everything that we want to start with on our menu. It's a pretty extensive menu for now, and there's going to be a lot of different people that are making a lot of different things. But we can all make all these things. The last thing we want to do is to ensure that we're actually making money. And that is because every single time you add something to the menu, it starts the cost as your cost, not the cost that you're charging the customer. So you're going to want to change these prices because every single thing on here is priced to your own cost. This is a 61-cent thing. So what I'm going to do for cookies, I'm going to bump it up $1. For apple cream pie, I'm going to bump that up $1. For the beer, I'm going to bump that up $2. For the cola, I'm going to bump it up $1. The garlic soup cost $1.05. We're going to charge $3.05 for it. Jack potatoes $1.57. We're going to charge $4 for it, let's say. We're looking at turkey salad. We can probably bump that up a couple dollars here and there, maybe even more. We'll see how they pay for it. This one here is $3.63 for the ingredients. So we're going to try and charge about $9 for that, let's say. That might be too much. Let's go $8. Tomato pasta, we're looking at 81 cents is our cost. Let's maybe drop this to $2.50. We got steak and potatoes cost $5. That's pretty, it also has a long cooking time. So we want to make sure we're actually getting some money for that if we're going to charge for it. Let's go $13. We're going to bump this one up a couple dollars. Bump the butter pasta is 57 cents. It's pretty cheap. We'll go ahead and say, we'll see if we can get $3 for that. Fettuccine Alfredo, we have $2.43. I think maybe we'll bump that up to, let's say $6. So the tortilla, let's maybe have that be at about $3.50. We got this one here, about $3.50 we'll do for that one too. And you're already almost $3.50, so let's put you at $7. Okay, so that's gonna be our menu. This is what we're selling for now, but there's so many other things we're gonna be able to do over time. And it's gonna rock. So we've done pretty much everything we can do. I think we've done almost everything we can do. We're gonna go to the ingredients panel really quick. And these are the list of all the ingredients that's possible to use in this game. There's a whole lot of them, man. It's ridiculous. But it's food, and there's a whole bunch of ingredients in food too. And in order to use these, what we're gonna wanna do is we're just gonna wanna unlock them first. So anything that has a star next to it, or something that's available to us to use for our own food. But if it doesn't have a star, for example, corn, we can't use corn in anything. No dish can have corn right now because we don't have it. It's not starred. So over time, we can expand our palette and sort of use various different things. Right now, we're very pasta focused. So I'm gonna start by upping both the fresh pasta and the pasta. So we're gonna up both of those and we're gonna put them to 2 stars. We have 6 points remaining. I'm gonna also bump my chicken, and I think I'm gonna bump my chicken to full right now. Let's go ahead and hit save. The last thing I'm gonna do is I wanna unlock one extra ingredient, and I forget which one it was. I was thinking about this before I started. Parmesan's already unlocked. Basil, chili peppers, not saffron. Ugh, it's so expensive. People won't pay for it. Let's go coffee. I wanted to start coffee because I think coffee, it adds 50 sourness. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. All right, the last one, I don't remember. It's I'm gonna save it. The idea hopefully is that I can max out my chicken, pasta, and the other pasta. And then I think we're gonna go, actually, you know what? I don't really need to max out both pastas. I don't think I need to. You know, it's fine. Both, we'll have one be 3 and the other one will be 2. I want to focus on tomatoes next and potatoes next because I'm going to be using these pretty heavily in the next dishes and stuff. Okay, so those ingredients are now upgraded, but it's important to note, and I didn't know this when I first streamed, those ingredients are not upgrading the current offerings. All of the starter recipes are all for the really cheap ingredients, okay? So if we want to serve higher priced meals and have better quality ingredients to be utilized, we need to do them with custom recipes. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start. And, oh, I can't yet, hang on, I'm missing something. Oh, decorations, right. Of course, we need more decorations, obviously. So in order to appeal to customers, we need to have a restaurant that they wanna come to. And in order to do that, we have to have a whole bunch of decorations that set a mood and tone that is good for the demographic we're trying to target. In this case, we're looking at targeting the cheapskates early on because it's going to be the highest percentage of our current customer base. And they really like rustic stuff, cheap stuff, right? So we're going to have these simple plants, and we can put these plants kind of anywhere we want. So I'm going to say we can put a little plant in the corner, actually over in this corner because it's already kind of, yeah, like right here. Put a little plant in the corner there, and you'll see that we get a point for rustic right here, right? This appeals to some people, doesn't appeal to others, right? But what we're really focusing on is the ambience being rustic. Now, since we have a really big hall, we're gonna need a lot of decorations in order to actually get those points. Some of this furniture adds multiple points, like this will add 2. So we can put this right here, for example, and this will add 2 points to rustic. Let's just turn it this way. You know what? I actually like it better the other way. There we go, that's 3 points in rustic. And then I think the next thing I wanna do is maybe put in one of these rugs. This square carpet adds modern, which isn't too bad. And I'm actually kind of open to putting some modern in here too. So we can maybe put this little carpet, and you know what, the current pink color actually does kind of go with the restaurant the way it is already. So I'm gonna pop that right there. And again, this appeals to, you know, maybe we'll bring in some other people that aren't necessarily the cheapskates of this one. So a couple of modern points is pretty good. And I think the other thing I want is wall decorations. And what I'm looking for are these chalkboards, okay? They love the chalkboards. In this case, we're gonna use it as a menu, right? So we're gonna sit over here and we're gonna pop this chalkboard right like that. Switch the style, put this one right like that. And one more, this should take care of it, hopefully, like that. It looks like they're gonna want one more. I have a much bigger hall than I'm used to because normally those decorations would pretty much take care of it. But since I have a much bigger hall now, I need to spend more money on these plants to get them to come into my door. So I'm gonna put another one way in this back corner. I'm gonna put another one in this corner. Just plants everywhere, man. This is all we're gonna have to do is just put plants everywhere. There we go. And then maybe one of those clocks. This is +1 to rustic. This is +1 to modern, +2 to modern. Ooh, this is kind of interesting. I kind of like this though. Can I have this be on this wall right here? No? Oh, I can put it here though. What about this one? Will you fit? You gotta fit here, come on. There you go, right? I saw it right there. Bam, done, cool. Last one would be kind of this cutlery clock, I guess. We'll put this I know, I'm mixing rustic and modern at the same time. Put it right there. Oh, they won't take it. Right. Wow. Okay, how about over here then? Above this plant. Wow. I need even more than 10. That's kind of nuts. Oh, never mind, it works. Okay, so we have a check mark on the cheapskates now. And that's kind of all we want. So we're gonna have basically all cheapskates coming into our restaurant right now, which is good. All we wanna do is cater to that one demographic to start and see if we can get profitable with just that. Okay, I think that's everything we need. We have our employees, everybody is ready to go. So let's start the show. We've got the clock running and our employees should be coming in any minute. Here they come. Yep, I've got my 2 waiters and myself. We're all moving in. Achievement unlocked. You've opened your first restaurant in a countryside area. Can you smell the fresh air, feel the gentle breeze, and enjoy the green scenery? Moo, says the cow. There we go. Okay, so I unlocked an achievement just for opening my doors. Perfect. We have a participation award already. So now comes the difficult part. Can we cater to customers and can we make them happy with what we already have to offer and make enough money to stay afloat? Because I have $28.20 right now in the bank, and that's not a lot of money. So hopefully this is gonna work. Now I'm gonna go ahead and speed up time really quick here until we get to our first customers, and hopefully we have people coming through the door here in a bit. It's 1 o'clock. I think we open at 1. Yeah, we open at 1 o'clock. I wish we could open earlier than 1 o'clock. I wonder if there's any way to do that. This is our calendar. Every day in the restaurant represents 1 week. So you can see all the different events and things that are coming out, and there's a weekend event here. During the weekend, you can expect more customers of all categories. There you go. It's always a weekend on the end of the month. And there's a sporting event here. There's a Pixar movie being released. The new Incredible movie, meaning that families of any kind will need a place to eat. Okay, so like we're start getting different types of demographics coming into the restaurant, depending on what the certain event is for that day. All right, so we're taking their orders, and maybe they needed a couple of minutes. I don't know. Let's see. I'm usually gonna play on 2 times speed just for a little bit to kind of get the ball rolling on it, because I also want to see my chef get to work here. There he goes. So he's gonna start cutting things up, and you can click on these appliances if you want to see how many slots are currently being occupied by any dish that's being made. And for the start here, we're gonna have just ourselves cooking. That's it, just for the start. But you wanna, if we get really busy, I am gonna want to try and get these servers one more set of help. If I can go through the first day with only 2 employees, that'd be really good, but I'm not sure I can, because we don't want them to have bad service. This right here, we don't want this. So customers waiting to check out, if they don't get service fast enough, if we don't get to them to take their money, they'll walk up and leave without paying. So that's bad, and honestly, because then we have the expense of the food without getting the income from the menu's price. So for that reason, I think I am going to need another waiter. We're going to bring in Beatrice just to get her in here, and it might take a little bit. They might start leaving, but the third waiter should really sort of help out a lot here once the third waiter gets here. So Beatrice is coming in hopefully any minute now, if she's not here already. She might be here already, I just don't see her. She's the redhead. There, she's right here. There she is. She's serving the order. There we go. Here's your food, guys. Sometimes it's nice just to slow things down and go 1 time speed, but in the beginning of the game, just to get the first couple days out of the way, I think 2 times speed is pretty good. So with 3 servers though, we should never have any people getting up and paying. Getting up and leaving without paying. That shouldn't happen anymore. But I am getting really tired, and this is another thing to really consider, is your morale. And see, right now, this is considered orange. 6 hours is how long it takes to cool down and get back to go full strength. It's gonna take a long time because I'm working myself to the bone here for the first day. But I don't wanna hire another chef just yet, so I haven't. Go back to the character menu. Beatrice, we didn't actually up your game. So let's go 2 points on fitness, 1 point on movement, and then I'm gonna get you 1 point on the bill. I still have a point, but I'm gonna probably put this into fitness. Actually, I'm gonna get myself as fit as possible, as fast as possible, because the more fit your people are, the more likely they are to be able to continue working and have themselves fully replenished for the next day. And that just means you need less staff. If you have really fit, really fast staff, you don't need as many of them, because when they're not doing anything and there's between orders, they're actually getting themselves rest, right? And as long as they're green, they're gonna recover pretty quickly. But with me being yellow right now, it takes me longer to recover. That's the problem. But when we're sitting here doing nothing, we're getting a little bit of a recovery, which is nice. Now, one other thing that's happening is something called Chef Advisor. This is like your Yelp ratings, basically. And this is where everybody sort of rates your place, all right? So we have the dashboard here, which tells us our overalls, how many reviews we've had, and of course our overall rating so far. We can also check the reviews tab and see the individual reviews that are there. Now, right now, it looks like everybody really likes the prices. They're not really digging the atmosphere. So we can improve the atmosphere. And we don't need to improve it just by putting plants in there. We can improve it by ensuring that our staff is executing good cleaning policies, making sure the bathroom, which is not featured here, but it's just kind of included, it's there, making sure the bathroom is clean, all that kind of stuff, etc. So what we can do is go to policies and decisions. We're gonna go to staff. You can see that we have control over salaries here as well, which is pretty nice. But it's also going to take morale down, and eventually people will stop. They're just gonna get super tired. Their morale is not just their energy, it's everything, right? So paying them more does help your morale recovering, because you get more morale points at the end of the day. If you pay your people well, they will recover morale much faster. You have cleaning policies, and this is what I want to look at. So right now we're letting the windows get grungy. We have rats that will come in and have invasions potentially, and we have this organic wall paint. You are quite sure the walls weren't brown when you originally opened the restaurant. So what you want to do is we want to go ahead and maybe implement a couple of these policies just to improve the ambience a little bit. This is going to add to our ambience, but it's going to cost us hourly. That's right. So this is really expensive as well. We're going to do a little bit of it just to help for now, but we don't want to make a habit of doing a lot of those because we're not making as much money yet. We just want to improve those initial reviews a little bit. Get ourselves a bit more famous if possible. All right, so these reviews are for people who have been here a while. We're gonna wanna let time pass a little bit just to see what the new ratings are. See if the ambience and people's general opinion of the ambience of the place has improved at all. So let's just let them come in, and hopefully they're paying good amounts of money. We're definitely gonna see a loss today because it's gonna factor in all of the stuff we purchased as well. But tomorrow would be a good indication of whether or not we're actually gonna be sustainable. And at the moment, we're not, because I'm alone as a chef and I am getting so tired right now, and that's a problem. So I am gonna go ahead and hire another chef. I wasn't going to, but I'm gonna go ahead and hire, and let's bring in Cora. They're all the same price, but let's bring in Cora. Cora has 5 points to spend. So we're gonna make sure Cora is good at main course cooking and also has really good fitness. For the next one, I think we'll go ahead and get you good with, let's say, salads. Okay, good. Again, I'm going to work on my own fitness as fast as I can, so I'm going to save these points until I get that maxed out. All right. Now, I'm about to go into the next tier of badness here, unless Cora shows up and helps me, and indeed she did. So now that Cora's in here, I don't have to do everything myself. And so I may not end up, I may be able to actually recover, which will be a good thing. Hopefully I can do that. If I can't, I'm gonna go ahead and just go to sleep here. So I can tell myself to stop. So I'm getting really tired. I'm about to go down to the next tier of morale, and I don't wanna do that. So I'm gonna tell myself to rest. And this is where there's stuff to do, but I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna let Cora handle the stuff for the time being. We've also got this little exclamation point above the table. These guys either have praise or a complaint. In the early game, it's probably a complaint. Let's see what it is. I can't believe this place a place like this serves terrible food. The quality is really low. So I can either take the blame or I can blame my staff. I don't want to blame my staff. I'm going to take the blame. It reduces my popularity by by 10. I only have 5 popularity. The thumbs up on the top is my popularity, okay? So I can only lose 5. That's okay, all right? I can't lose the full amount for that event. Other things that happen up here. We have the name of the restaurant, and I'm gonna let you guys in the chat dictate what that is, all right? Your votes matter. Tell me what you think our restaurant should be called. We're gonna name it for the next video. We've got influence points, which we're gonna spend later. I'll show you that in the next video, most likely. We got experience points. We have our ingredient points, which we can continue to invest in. So let's go back to our ingredients here really quick. We have 6 more points, and we can go ahead and put those, let's max out. No, we'll go 2-star tomatoes, 2-star potatoes, 2-star broccoli, and that's good for now. We'll take the 2-star dishes for the time being. We have maxed out our chicken though. And then we've got some experience points here. 2 for me is great. We're gonna go extra on the fitness, and that's gonna help my energy just a little bit more. Very good. And this one here is the number of seats. We have 38 possible seats, and we are currently occupying 15 of them. And of course, this is our current money. Atmosphere is much better now. People like the atmosphere. It's actually clean now. So we fixed the atmosphere just by investing a little bit more money into cleaning the place, which is pretty important for a restaurant. So that's good. So this is the end of the day. All right, everyone kind of leaves at the end of the day here. We're gonna see that we're not very profitable, but that's expected. We bought a lot of things, and we're left with $5,200 in the bank. Out of the bank as our weekly balance. Now we pay our salaries and stuff at the end of the day as well too, so that's a problem too. So we're down to $2,275, which is almost what we started with when we opened the restaurant. So I'm kind of thinking we did okay there. We might want to look at prices, maybe adjust some things, maybe create new dishes now. All sorts of things we can do, and we gain 10 popularity. And we're ready for the next day. So this is now week 2/day 2, and we're ready for the next day. Last thing I didn't explain about the interface yet, and we'll look at this more in the next video too, is this panel up here at the very top, this red area. It's something that I look at infrequently, but it's a good indicator. If you're noticing there's a problem or a bottleneck somewhere, you can identify it with this. This is the number of people waiting outside. This is the number of people ready to order that haven't gotten their order taken yet. This is the number of people that are currently had their order taken but aren't currently eating because they don't have their food. These are the number of people that are currently waiting to eat. Their food is ready, but it hasn't been delivered yet. So this is like a cooking bottleneck. This is a waiter bottleneck, another waiter bottleneck, etc. Right? This is the number of people who are done eating and are ready to check out. And these are the number of people who are leaving if they don't like the menu, or if they've had things take too long and we didn't get them for their money and they left because they were tired of waiting. They did dining and ditching, right? We don't want to do that. So slow service 0, unsatisfying menu. We want to keep this number 0 all the time if possible. These numbers are going to fluctuate. They're never going to stay 0 because we need people to move through the process. But we don't want this to be 0, okay? We want this to be 0. We don't want this to ever be not 0, right? And the final thing is this big icon here is sort of our overall morale. And that morale, it fluctuates, but basically you want to keep it as high as possible. This is tier 4, it's light green. It takes a 2-hour cooldown to recover yourself to full energy, right? That kind of thing, or all active skills, right? Allowing you to use them more often and increase the performance of your restaurant. When this goes red, the performance of your restaurant is really slacking. Maybe you're understaffed, maybe it's an event, who knows? It could be something where I blamed my staff and they took a morale hit, I don't know. In any case, that is the end of day 1 in our restaurant. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. And if you'd like to see more, feel free to subscribe to the channel. You can you can comment down below and tell me all the things you want to tell me, including the name of our new restaurant. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.